Hello everyone, hopefully you're all doing okay. This is Nathan Pichakowski in your beginning drawing class, Art 150. I wanted to make a quick little video just kind of talking about our materials, kind of going over some of it. Definitely look at the materials list, but there might be some stuff that we're going to be using in here that you haven't maybe yet been introduced to. So I thought it'd be nice to kind of go show some photos. We usually do this in person, but I wanted to kind of get at it a little bit earlier so you guys can go start picking up supplies so we can hit the ground running. But these are the things we're going to need. Typically, if we're not doing a hybrid class, there's quite a bit more. Some of the pages and papers and stuff we use are quite a bit bigger, but I wanted to keep everything a little bit more cost effective this semester and transportable so it could fit inside your book bag and it wasn't a pain to kind of slug around campus all semester. So usually it's quite a bit more stuff, but we kind of pared it down to the essentials. So the first thing we're going to need to get is some kind of supply carrying case. This can be an art box that you could get online. This could be an old toolbox, old tackle box if you got one of those, or even some little, pencil carrying case. Something that's going to be able to carry all this stuff just for this class. Some of our stuff is a little dirty, so you don't want it kind of bouncing around your book bag because it's going to, get shavings or dust all over stuff. So something just for, your drawing supplies. Next up we're going to need is a sketchbook. I like a nice coil bound sketchbook. The coil bound is nice because you can, if you have a drawing that you like that you need to scan, you can rip it out, scan it. If you got a drawing that you don't like and you don't want to see it again, you can rip it out, throw it away. But a coil bound sketchbook, something just for this class. We're going to have a lot of sketching, some notes and stuff that we're going to need to take. So we need something just for this class. Next up we have Conte. So Conte is kind of like chalk. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different consistency. But we're going to be doing some drawings around the mid-semester where we're dealing with white and black Conte. So it comes in a lot of different colors, but all we need to get is one pack of white and black. Next up we have a ruler. We're going to need a straight edge for doing our perspective drawings. I'd recommend getting at least an 18-inch. If you got a longer ruler or longer straight edge for making straight lines, that'd be great, but an 18-inch will be really good. I like a corked backed. The cork helps it from slipping and sliding around. So that's going to be very helpful when we're dealing with perspective. Another thing that you might use, and I would recommend getting, is an X-Acto knife. We might use this to cut down paper. We also might use an X-Acto knife to sharpen some of our pencils and utensils. We're going to be working a lot with graphite this semester. We've all used graphite to some extent. Some of us may have tried out different types of graphite, but we've all worked with the number 2 pencil. Graphite comes in different hardnesses and softnesses, so you can get different types of marks or different values with those. So we have like our number 2 pencil, the kind of standard graphite that you might get is an HB, so it's kind of in the middle. And we're going to get a set of pencils. I got a couple different ones in the list that range from hopefully, HB. They can get a little darker, so they're softer. I don't know why they said B means soft. You can see they can get really dark, or they can get hard. You can get finer details. So we're going to get a graphite set. We're going to get a kneaded eraser. It's kind of like putty, so you can kind of mold it into different shapes and use it to kind of draw as you're erasing. It's really nice for adding in highlights. We're going to be working quite often for 3 or 4 of the projects with pens. So I recommend micron pens. They don't bleed. You can put watercolor on them. They are kind of waterproof to some extent. They come in different thicknesses. So try to get a range so you can make different types of marks. So I recommend maybe getting like a 01, 03, and like an 8 or 08. But they come in different sets. Usually it's a little cheaper to buy them as a set. And we're going to be using white paper, a pad of white paper for our bigger projects, our finalized drawings. And usually we go pretty large scale, but I wanted this to kind of fit in some people's backpacks, so we're going to be using 11 by 14. So if you could pick up a pad of white drawing paper, specifically white drawing paper that's 11 by 14, that would be great. This paper, it might seem like it's every other type of paper out there in the world, like it's like copy paper for a printer or whatever, but it's made specifically for drawing. It's going to take the materials a lot better, and you're going to have a better quality looking drawing, using the right tools. Next up, you're going to need some kind of pencil sharpener. I would recommend getting one with a cover. The cover is going to help, in the long run, so you don't got junk bouncing around your book bag. We're going to need a white vinyl eraser, so a white eraser, kind of like this Mars plastic. Pink erasers, your little eraser caps, a pink pearl eraser that you can go pick up at Walmart. A lot of those colored erasers are actually going to leave a little bit of a weird residue. They're going to leave coloration onto your paper. So it's good to work with a white vinyl eraser, then you don't got any weird smudges or marks. Next up, we have spray fixative. Spray fixative comes in different versions. Some of it's workable and some of it's not workable. And what that means is, you do a Conte drawing, you do a drawing with graphite or charcoal, and you don't want it to smudge or smear. So you can spray it down with the fixative and it binds it to the paper. So the workable one, in theory, you can add to it, subtract it a little bit. But that doesn't always work. But I'd recommend trying to get a workable fixative. It is a little bit helpful. And then lastly, we're going to have bulldog clips. And I would just kind of recommend getting these. They're not required, but they're kind of nice to kind of clip down maybe a piece of paper onto a drawing board and going from there. So you can go out into the world and, draw landscapes or draw people or draw in your dorm. Okay, so that's our basic materials that we're going to be doing. You can pick these up, some of them at the bookstore, some of them at Walmart. But depending on your access and ability, I don't know if the bookstore has all these supplies right now. They might be a little bit back ordered. I don't know how easy it is to get into the bookstore with everything going on, especially with COVID issues. So what I also did is I made a kind of course materials list on Blick. So Dickblick is a company that sells art supplies. If you go follow the link that I sent to you all, you can see there's all of our stuff we need for class. There's a required list. There's some recommended stuff that you don't need to get, but it would be nice if you got it, and you can buy it there. One thing to keep in mind, if you do buy this stuff on Blick, be mindful where you're shipping it to. Don't go ship it to your grandmother in Florida and then have to wait a month to get the supplies that you just bought. But these supplies should be the cheapest. I kind of did some shopping for you. Just really make sure if you buy these now that you're getting them shipped to your dorm, your apartment in Cleveland, or what have you, so you can get this stuff and you can get working as soon as possible. Okay, well, email me any questions. There's going to be more stuff coming out really quick, schedules and syllabi and stuff like that. So definitely start to look over that as it comes out, but don't hesitate to email me if you got any questions. Okay, talk to y'all soon. Stay safe. Bye.